Hey guys, I'm Dr. Jansen here at Craig Road Animal Hospital, and I'm here today to talk to you about preventative care with your pets. So what is preventative care? Preventative care, often something that we overlook and forget about. But one of the most important things that we can do for our pets is trying to prevent the disease before it starts. Biggest part of preventative care is going to be annual to biannual wellness exams, especially with our senior patients. So that's anybody over 7 years old. Some of these guys, we're even looking at 5 years old. So our giant dogs, such as Great Danes, Rottweilers, Boxers, any of our brachycephalic breeds, French Bulldogs, English Bulldogs, we definitely want to be seeing them in here twice a year at the minimum. This helps us catch things earlier on so that we can treat them sooner before they become a big problem. Things like dental disease, heart murmurs or heart disease, pain, so arthritis, things that you might not notice at home, abdominal pain even, cancer, enlarged lymph nodes. That's what we find on our physical exams, where you guys aren't trained to find that at home. We can also help ask the really important questions that you're not thinking of at home. Are we drinking more? Are we peeing more? Are we not quite eating as much as we would normally eat? Are we coughing, losing energy? That's stuff that we need to know so that we can look into it and make sure that we treat your pets appropriately. This type of preventative care can range from anything from vaccines, flea and tick, heartworm preventatives, wellness blood work, dental cleanings, even supplements such as joint supplements, probiotics, etc. All right, so let's start with vaccines, fecals, the easy stuff that you guys are coming in for already pretty much annually. But some of the things that we forget about is different lifestyle choices. So if we have dogs that are going hiking, traveling to new places, being around a lot of other pets, so going to dog parks, maybe they're going to grooming. Certain vaccines are going to be more important for those guys than your dogs that typically stay at home. We're always going to do our core vaccines. We've got distemper, parvo, bordetella, and rabies. And then our lifestyle vaccines are going to include influenza, lepto, Lyme, and rattlesnake. Flea, tick, heartworm preventatives, also super duper important. Most people are skipping out on those because we don't carry a lot of mosquitoes, fleas, and ticks, but we are seeing an uptick in these, especially with the amount of new pets coming from the southeast or other parts of the country that may be transporting these diseases into our current place. Heartworm disease is transmitted through mosquitoes, so especially if you're living near any type of standing water, we're going to see an uptick in those, and especially in the hotter months. Personally, I recommend getting your annual heartworm test done once a year, and then I recommend the monthly heartworm preventatives as well. Flea and ticks, again, not seeing them as much as other places, but if you're going hiking, if you're going down to Lake Mead, if you're traveling outside of Las Vegas, would strongly encourage flea and tick preventatives, and honestly, just in general. Nobody wants fleas in their house. We don't want to have to exterminate them. Other important things that people often forget about or don't want to do is a fecal. That helps us test for intestinal parasites, which is extremely important, especially if you have young kids in the house. These types of parasites can be transmitted to both you and your children, especially immunocompromised people. Other really important stuff would be your wellness blood work and your dental cleanings. A lot of people think, hey, my pet's doing great, they're eating well, they're drinking well, they're not having any vomiting, diarrhea, or any concerns at home. But sometimes these signs go undetected because pets don't like to show us that they're sick. And so we can catch on blood work. Maybe our kidney values are starting to trend upwards. Our liver values might be high. That will help us determine a plan so that we can manage the disease or treat the disease sooner rather than later before it becomes an issue. Dental cleanings, everybody thinks, oh, I'm not gonna do a dental cleaning until my dog's teeth are really bad. But if we start these dental cleanings as early as 2 to 3 years old, the goal is to preserve as many teeth as possible and hopefully not make you spend a lot of money at one visit. You're looking at a lower bill just to clean the teeth and do your blood work than you are at looking at pulling multiple teeth. It's also safer for the pet because they're not under anesthesia for quite as long if we're doing just a dental cleaning as opposed to pulling out most of the teeth in the mouth. I think one of the last most important things of preventative care that we find on wellness exams, especially in our senior patients, is ways to keep them comfortable with arthritis. Most people tell me, my pet's not painful, they're getting up and they're getting down fine, they're just laying around more, they're not moving as much, but that is an extremely big part of arthritis. If your pet's not moving around as much, if you see their legs shaking, they're struggling a little bit to get up, that could be a big sign of arthritis. And oftentimes we can help them with pain injections, pain medications, supplements, laser therapy, acupuncture. All of those can significantly increase your pet's quality of life. Some of the other big things that we might find on wellness exams, and I'm sure most of you think about a lot at home, is cancer. I have caught several times on dogs coming in for vaccines and just general wellnesses, pale gums, enlarged lymph nodes, tumors in the belly, tumors on the outside of the belly that are cancerous, and we get to look into them sooner and get rid of them faster. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to any of us here at Craig Road Animal Hospital. We'd be happy to answer all of your questions. And remember, preventative care is best form of medicine for your pet.